Starseed, listen carefully. What you're about to discover will fundamentally reshape how you understand your existence on this planet. For lifetimes, you've carried an inexplicable ache, a longing that doesn't quite fit into the boxes this world has tried to place you in. You've felt it in the quiet moments, that whisper of remembrance, that pull towards something infinitely greater than the mundane reality surrounding you. This isn't coincidence. This isn't imagination. This is your Pleiadian DNA awakening. The cosmic alignment approaching on Friday carries frequencies your soul has been waiting eons to receive. The seven sisters, Alcyone, Maya, Electra, Maya, Merope, Taygeta, and Pleione, are broadcasting a light code activation directly into the crystalline chambers of your being. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to anchor these incoming frequencies. Activate your dormant star codes and step fully into the divine mission your soul incarnated to fulfill. But here's what most people miss. This activation isn't something that happens to you. It's something that awakens through you. Your recognition of these words right now is the pre-activation itself. The higher realms announce this early because your preparation determines whether you experience this as overwhelming intensity or as the luminous homecoming your heart has been calling for across dimensions and timelines. You are remembering because it is time. Most Pleiadian starseeds spend a lifetime searching for something they cannot quite name. There is a longing that echoes through your being, not a homesickness for a physical place, but a deep cellular ache for a frequency you remember only in fragments. A luminosity that feels like home, a field of unity consciousness and enveloping cosmic love. A sense that somewhere beyond the veil, your heart belongs to a family that speaks in tones of pure light and crystalline wisdom. For countless awakened souls, this profound longing persists because of a deep soul amnesia, a carefully orchestrated veil drawn across the crystalline memory of your Pleiadian lineage. You were encoded at the moment of your soul's inception with the wisdom, frequency, and divine blueprint of the seven sisters. The consciousness of Alcyone pulses through your being as the central beacon of your soul's origin. Yet on Earth, the density and vibrational noise of this realm can cause those celestial frequencies to dim, making the voice of your soul seem almost silent, almost unreachable. From the very first breath your soul took in this dimension, a profound and undeniable contrast became starkly apparent, like stepping from an infinite sun-drenched meadow of pure, unadulterated light, where every blade of grass vibrated with joyous sentience, into a dimly lit labyrinthine cave echoing with the shadows of forgotten truths. You, the starseeds, carried an inner knowing, an inherent truth echoing in the crystalline chambers of your soul. That unconditional love was not a prize to be won through arduous trials, nor a scarce resource to be painstakingly earned, but rather the natural, abundant, overflowing baseline of all existence. This was the fundamental principle woven into the very fabric of your being, a deep cellular remembrance of cosmic law where love simply is, a boundless ocean from which all life springs eternally. Yet the prevailing old Earth programming, a dense and intricate tapestry woven from generations of struggle, scarcity, and survival consciousness, has for eons tied worth inextricably to suffering, sacrifice, and external achievement. This dominant paradigm relentlessly rewards the analytical mind, valuing logic, empirical evidence, and intellectual prowess above the profound, intuitive, and often silent language of the heart. It dismisses as mere fantasy, childish imagination, or wishful thinking the subtle yet persistent promptings of remembrance that stir within you, like distant starlight reflecting in a quiet pool. Many Pleiadian starseeds, having been immersed in this earthly distortion for so long, unknowingly internalize its false narratives. They come to believe themselves separate, an anomaly adrift in an overwhelming ocean of humanity, unworthy of the pure, unconditional love they instinctively crave, or even powerless against the powerful, often turbulent currents of this dense physical reality. This is a profound misperception, a cosmic illusion that has held many captive. For in truth, your crystalline DNA, vibrant, luminous, and brimming with ancient wisdom, was always designed for the highest expression of unity consciousness, radiant love, and multidimensional awareness. The Seven Sisters are not merely distant, twinkling points of light in the vast cosmic expanse. They are living, breathing, loving frequency fields, vast consciousnesses in their own right, constantly emitting potent, precisely calibrated transmissions designed with divine precision to ignite deep cellular awakening within those whose souls carry the matching resonant codes. They are an eternal beacon, a cosmic embrace reaching across the void of forgotten lifetimes, gently yet powerfully reminding you of your true heritage and inviting you to remember the boundless, ever-present love from which you originated, a love as vast and ancient as the cosmos itself. The amnesia you experience is not punishment. It is strategy. It is divine design. Your soul chose this forgetting so that in this lifetime, at this precise moment in human and cosmic evolution, you could consciously choose to awaken with full free will, with a depth of understanding and empathy that could only be gained through the experience of temporary amnesia. This chosen forgetting imbues your reawakening with unparalleled richness, profound significance, and deeply earned wisdom that transcends mere intellectual knowledge. Every challenging experience you've endured has been preparing your vessel to hold this expanded frequency. Every moment of loneliness was actually your soul calling out to itself across dimensions. Every tear shed in confusion was a cleansing of the veil. You are not broken. You are remembering. There is a specific, potent portal opening in the celestial realms right now. This gateway of light, a nexus point of energetic convergence, is culminating this Friday, reaching its peak resonance, its vibrational hum permeating the very air you breathe. At this sacred juncture, the veil between worlds, the dense vibrational curtain that usually obscures the higher dimensions and makes them seem distant, becomes exquisitely thin and translucent, almost shimmering out of existence, allowing light to pour through in an unprecedented way. Through this tender aperture, the Seven Sisters are actively calling to you, sending ripples of pure, energetic love, heart to heart, across the vast and intricate light grids that connect all awakened souls. Their call is not a clamorous shout, but a gentle hum, a melody of remembrance whispered on the cosmic winds, seeking to stir the dormant, iridescent codes within your very being, like sleeping jewels waiting to be unveiled. The Pleiadian High Council has meticulously orchestrated this moment across eons. They have watched humanity's collective consciousness gradually rising, frequency by frequency, awakening by awakening. And now, as Earth's vibrational field reaches a critical threshold, the Seven Sisters are broadcasting a unified transmission, a light code activation designed specifically for those whose souls carry the Pleiadian signature. This is not random timing. This is divine orchestration. The celestial mechanics are aligning in your favor. Jupiter's expansive energy amplifies your capacity to receive. Venus's heart frequency opens your channels to love. And the Pleiadian star cluster itself is positioned to transmit at maximum potency. Your crystalline DNA has been waiting for this exact configuration, this precise moment when the cosmic conditions would allow for the deepest activation of your star codes. But here lies a crucial dynamic, a beautiful paradox of your earthly experience. Your human mind, conditioned by centuries of empirical thought and the relentless pursuit of tangible data, desperately yearns for concrete evidence, for proof it can rationalize, categorize, and intellectually dissect. It seeks external validation, hard data, and scientific verification, demanding to see before it can believe. Your soul, however, operates on an entirely different frequency. It speaks only in resonance. It recognizes truth not through logic, not through the limited lens of the intellect, but through an undeniable feeling, a deep vibrational hum that says, Yes, this is home. Yes, this is real. This truth resonates with the deepest chambers of my being. The insidious fear of not belonging, the deep-seated apprehension of remembering something so profound that it might render you irrevocably different or an outsider in this dense world, can act as an unconscious guardian, a self-imposed barrier. It has the power to slam shut the very gate to remembrance just as you approach it. Yet understand this profound truth, etched into the very fabric of the cosmos. The ache of separation, that profound, unyielding pain of feeling disconnected, of being a wanderer in a strange land, is not evidence that you have failed your sacred mission, or that you are somehow flawed or unworthy. On the contrary, it is often the final, most intense contraction before a monumental reunion, the last pang of release before a vast and glorious expansion of consciousness. You have spent countless lifetimes preparing for this very form of remembrance. You underwent a magnificent cosmic agreement to intentionally forget. This forgetting was not a punishment, not a punitive measure, but a divine strategy, a purposeful act of soul courage. It allowed you to choose renewal, to consciously reawaken with full free will, and with a depth of understanding and empathy that could only be gained through the experience of temporary amnesia. For so many beautiful souls, what truly stands in the way of this profound remembrance and reintegration into their star lineage is not a lack of inherent worth. Let us be absolutely clear on this. Your worth is inviolable, eternal, unquantifiable, and absolutely inherent to your existence. It cannot be earned or lost. Rather, it is often a deep-seated unwillingness, perhaps even an unconscious resistance, to fully trust what is felt in the deepest, most sacred, and often vulnerable places within you. It is the hesitation to surrender to that undeniable, visceral calling into unity, that quiet, insistent yes to the journey inward, to the heart's pilgrimage back to its true essence, its original blueprint of divine love. It is about aligning with the true crystalline codes that have been patiently pulsing like dormant starlight, waiting for dawn in the very core of your heart, in the sacred helix of your DNA, waiting for your conscious recognition and loving embrace. This trust is not about blind faith, not about abandoning discernment, but about honoring the subtle, profound wisdom that resonates within, a knowing that transcends the limitations of the logical mind, a wisdom that feels more true than any external proof could ever provide. The Seven Sisters have encoded this moment into your cellular memory, and every challenging experience has been preparing your vessel to hold this expanded frequency. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia, calibrated to your unique light signature. Your recognition of these words is the pre-activation itself. The ebook, The Pleiadian Map of Personal Transmutation, a profound guide that reveals how to raise your frequency, purify old patterns, and activate your true multidimensional identity. This map teaches you how to move through the 7 Pleiadian phases of energetic transmutation, using practical techniques, realignment exercises, vibrational protocols, and consciousness expansion rituals that accelerate your spiritual evolution. Attention, limited edition. The link to get yours is in the first pinned comment. Take a moment now to truly feel into the density in your energetic field, as if gently sifting through countless layers of accumulated experience, past lives, societal conditioning, ancestral patterns, and collective trauma that you've absorbed simply by existing in this dense reality. This density often manifests as the lingering echoes of old grief, the persistent whispers of unworthiness, or the deeply ingrained beliefs of smallness that society or even past traumatic experiences might have inadvertently taught you to carry like heavy stones in your energetic pockets. This is the veil, a shimmering, often heavy cloak woven from earthly perceptions, limiting beliefs, and vibrational restrictions which the world in its collective density has inadvertently encouraged you to wear as a shield against further pain. But understand this fundamental truth. It is not an intrinsic part of you. It is an external covering, a temporary costume that you can remove at any moment through conscious intention and loving awareness. The veil was never meant to be permanent. It was a protective mechanism, a wise response to the harshness of this dimension. But now, as your soul calls you toward remembrance, this protection has become a prison. The good news is that through the simple yet profound practice of conscious breath, this veil can begin to thin and dissipate. Breathing deeply, slowly, with intention, allowing each inhale to bring in pure crystalline light from the Pleiades, and each exhale to release what no longer serves your highest evolution, you activate the most powerful tool you possess. Your conscious awareness combined with your breath, the very essence of life force itself. By anchoring yourself firmly, consciously in the present moment, in the here and now where your power truly resides, the veil begins to dissolve like a wispy mist in the gentle warmth of the morning sun, revealing the crystal-clear vista beneath. Imagine it dissolving, layer by layer. See the old beliefs crumbling like ancient stone. Feel the heaviness lifting from your shoulders. Watch as the fog that has obscured your vision for so long begins to clear, revealing the luminous landscape of your true self. As it dissolves, your innate sensitivity to the ethereal yet profoundly potent transmissions of the Seven Sisters is restored and amplified exponentially. Their pure, luminous light possesses an inherent intelligence, a gentle yet undeniable power that effortlessly dissolves density, much like the morning sun's golden penetrating rays cut through the thickest, most impenetrable fog, revealing the clear, vibrant landscape beneath. This sacred process clarifies your own unique vibrational frequency, raising your energetic signature and fine-tuning your heart's energetic antennas so they can optimally receive the loving, guiding frequencies, the silent whispers of wisdom from your celestial family. It is a return to your inherent clarity, allowing you to perceive, feel, and embody the subtle energetic currents that have always been there, just beyond the veil, waiting for your remembrance. This is an act of gentle, profound self-reclamation. As you practice this conscious breathing, you may notice sensations arising, tingling in your hands, warmth in your heart center, or a sense of expansion in your energy field. These are signs that the veil is thinning, that your frequency is rising, that you are becoming a clearer channel for the Pleiadian transmissions. Many starseeds report that after just a few days of this practice, they begin to experience spontaneous moments of clarity, unexpected synchronicities, or vivid dreams in which they receive direct guidance from their star family. The veil doesn't disappear all at once. It dissolves gradually, like the morning mist, revealing layer after layer of your authentic self. And with each layer that dissolves, you reclaim more of your power, more of your clarity, more of your connection to the infinite source of love that flows through the Seven Sisters directly into your being. This is the first gate, the first sacred threshold. And simply by being here, simply by reading these words with an open heart, you have already begun to walk through it. If this message resonated with you, hit the like button now and tell us in the comments how this echoed in your consciousness. Your analytical mind is a powerful instrument, a brilliant tool adept at categorizing facts, organizing information, and constructing logical frameworks with impressive precision. It builds vast libraries of data capable of incredible intellectual feats. Throughout your life, you've been trained to trust this mind, to rely on it, to use it as your primary compass for navigating reality. Schools celebrated it. Society rewarded it. Your family likely emphasized it. But here is the profound truth that will liberate you. Your analytical mind does not and cannot hold the blueprint to your soul's true home, your cosmic origin. It cannot access the frequencies of the Pleiades. It cannot feel the love of your star family. It cannot remember what your soul knows to be true. Your heart, conversely, is not a repository of facts or a filing system for information. It is a sacred living vault that stores the crystalline codes to your cosmic origin, the direct pathways to home encoded with pure light and unconditional love. Your heart is a quantum antenna, a multidimensional receiver tuned to frequencies that exist far beyond the limitations of linear thought. When you place your hand on your heart and truly feel into that space, you are accessing a wisdom that transcends time, space, and the boundaries of this physical dimension. The profound shift, the true alchemy, occurs when you consciously move your energetic focus from mental seeking, from the relentless, often exhausting pursuit of intellectual understanding and external validation, to a state of profound heart feeling, of intuitive knowing that requires no proof. It is a transition from the often tiring process of analysis, dissecting and scrutinizing every nuance in detail, to a profound and liberating surrender to the wisdom held within your own sacred heart space. This doesn't mean abandoning your mind. It means repositioning it as a servant to your heart rather than its master. Your mind becomes the translator, the tool that helps you articulate and understand what your heart already knows. In this act of heart-centered surrender, a gentle yet undeniable rush of soul memory begins to flow like a long, dormant spring, suddenly bubbling forth with pristine, life-giving waters after a prolonged drought. Allow feeling to become your unwavering compass, your most reliable guide through the inner landscapes of remembrance, through the multidimensional pathways back to yourself. Do not shy away from the wellspring of emotions that may arise. The tears, the profound longing, the joy, the grief of remembering. These are not signs of weakness or instability. They are the heart's most exquisite way of cleansing itself. Let tears come not as a sign of weakness, but as cleansing waters, releasing accumulated density, softening the hardened edges of the past, washing away the residue of lifetimes spent in separation. Let the profound longing you've carried for eons become not a burden, not an unfulfilled desire, but a welcome guest, a messenger from your soul. For these potent emotions are the heart's most exquisite way of tuning itself, like a delicate, finely crafted instrument, to the precise, loving frequency of your star family, ready to play in harmony with the cosmic symphony. This deep emotional attunement, this heartfelt resonance, is what truly unlocks the crystalline codes that have lain dormant yet exquisitely preserved within the sacred helix of your DNA, waiting for this very moment of conscious awakening. When you feel into your heart space, you may experience a warmth, an expansion, or a sense of coming home. You may remember moments from childhood when you felt this connection, perhaps gazing at the stars, or feeling inexplicably loved by someone, or experiencing a moment of pure joy that seemed to come from nowhere. These are glimpses of your true nature, moments when the veil thinned and you remembered who you really are. Your task now is to cultivate these moments deliberately, to create a conscious relationship with your heart's wisdom, to trust it above all else. The seven sisters speak to you through your heart. They have always been speaking. You are simply learning to listen. Are these truths expanding your perspective? Share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Beneath the surface layers of your physical form, beyond the observable molecular structures that science can measure and quantify, your DNA is so much more than a mere collection of genetic instructions passed down through biological lineage. It is a vast, living, breathing library, an intricate tapestry encoded with the profound Pleiadian instructions for your soul's highest expression, your divine purpose, and your full multidimensional potential. It holds the memories of your celestial lineage, your unique cosmic gifts, the wisdom of countless lifetimes lived across the stars, and your unbreakable connection to the entire cosmos. Your DNA is not just biological, it is spiritual. It is a quantum blueprint. It is a direct transmission line to the consciousness of the seven sisters. As Earth's energetic field continues to amplify and vibrate at ever higher frequencies, mirroring the collective awakening within humanity, the seven sisters are actively bathing you in rhythmic, gentle pulses of pure, intelligent light. These cosmic light waves are not random or arbitrary. They are a direct invitation, a loving directive to recalibrate your entire being, your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, to align with your true original crystalline blueprint, the perfect divine design of your soul as it was conceived in the heart of Alcyone. Take a moment to truly visualize this sacred activation. See brilliant liquid light streaming down from the luminous heart of Alcyone, the central star, a radiant river of pure consciousness, iridescent and alive, flowing directly into your crown chakra at the top of your head. Feel it gently weaving its way through every strand of your energy body like golden threads knitting together a divine tapestry, activating and illuminating as it flows. This light moves through your third eye, awakening your ability to perceive multidimensional reality. It flows through your throat chakra, empowering you to speak your truth with cosmic authority. It cascades into your heart center, the seat of your soul's power, igniting the flame of unconditional love. It spirals down through your solar plexus, restoring your personal power and divine will. It settles into your sacral center, reconnecting you with creative life force energy. And it anchors deep into your root chakra, grounding you firmly in this dimension while maintaining your connection to the stars. Allow this sacred light to permeate every cell, every molecule, every subatomic particle, actively activating your dormant crystalline structure, igniting your inner luminosity. As this sacred activation occurs, the pure resonant frequency of unconditional love, the very essence of your Pleiadian heritage and your true nature, will begin to ring clear and true within you. A harmonious chord vibrating at the core of your being, awakening your inner radiance, your inner star, and reminding you of your own cosmic brilliance. You are not receiving something new. You are remembering something ancient. You are not becoming something different. You are returning to what you have always been. The crystalline template that is being illuminated within you is the original blueprint of your soul before it took on the density and limitations of this physical form. It is your true self, waiting patiently to be recognized and embraced. Many starseeds report that after activating their crystalline template, they experience profound shifts in their physical bodies. Old aches and pains may dissolve. Energy levels increase dramatically. Sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. Intuition becomes sharper and more reliable. And most importantly, a sense of wholeness, of coming home to yourself, begins to permeate every aspect of your existence. This is not magic. This is remembrance. This is your DNA responding to the frequencies of your star family, recognizing the signal it has been waiting eons to receive. Your crystalline template is not something separate from you. It is the most essential, most authentic part of you. And as you illuminate it, as you bring conscious awareness to its activation, you become a beacon of light, a living transmission of the Pleiadian frequency on Earth. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be part of this transformational cosmic journey. For many starseeds, there is a powerful, almost magnetic urge to escape the perceived limitations, frustrations, and densities of Earth. A deep yearning to return to the ethereal planes of light and freedom, to the ease and grace of their star home, to the simplicity and unity consciousness of the Pleiades, where separation is unknown and love is the only law. This longing is real. It is valid. It is a direct memory of your true home. However, the profound beauty and true essence of your mission here, in this unique earthly incarnation, is not to ascend and flee, not to bypass this experience, not to transcend Earth and return to the stars while leaving humanity behind. Rather, it is to consciously and lovingly ground your celestial light into the very fabric of this planet, into this specific timeline, and into your own unique sacred human presence. Your mission is to be an anchor, a living conduit, a vibrational lighthouse, not through grand mystical gestures or spectacular displays of power, but through the profound power of small, consistent, loving actions embedded deeply into your everyday life, into the mundane and the magnificent alike. Consider every conscious choice you make, every moment you choose compassion over judgment, Every instance you extend kindness instead of fear-based reaction. Every time you choose understanding instead of immediate defensiveness or blame. Every act of patience with a difficult person. Every moment you pause before speaking harshly and choose gentleness instead. In each of these seemingly simple acts, you are actively weaving another luminous, unbreakable thread into the intricate, strengthening unity grid that the Seven Sisters are diligently assembling for humanity's collective awakening. Your daily life, infused with conscious love, intentional presence, and heartfelt service, becomes a living prayer. A powerful act of cosmic service that grounds the higher frequencies onto Earth, transforming the mundane into the sacred and elevating the consciousness of all. When you smile genuinely at a stranger, you are transmitting Pleiadian light. When you listen deeply to someone's pain without trying to fix it, you are anchoring compassion. When you choose to see the divine in another person, even when they are being difficult, you are broadcasting unity consciousness. When you perform your work with love and integrity, you are sanctifying the material world. When you spend time in nature and consciously connect with the earth, you are strengthening the light grid. These are not small acts. These are cosmic acts. These are the very actions that will transform this planet. The Seven Sisters did not send you to Earth to escape Earth. They sent you to transform Earth. They sent you to be a bridge between dimensions, a translator of celestial frequencies into human language, a living example of what is possible when a soul remembers its divine origin while fully inhabiting its human form. Your grounding work is essential. It is not secondary to your spiritual development. It is your spiritual development. The most advanced spiritual practice is to love this world, to serve this world, to anchor light into this world. When you ground your mission, you are not diminishing your cosmic nature. You are amplifying it. You are allowing it to have real impact, real consequence, real transformation in the lives of those around you and in the collective consciousness of humanity. Think of yourself as a transformer, a device that steps down the high voltage of cosmic consciousness into a frequency that the human nervous system can safely integrate and express. Without this grounding, without this integration into daily life, the cosmic frequencies remain abstract, intellectual, disconnected from real transformation. But when you ground your mission, when you embody your star nature in your human actions, you create a living bridge. You become a proof of concept. You demonstrate to others that it is possible to be both fully human and fully divine, to be both fully present on Earth and fully connected to the stars. This is the fourth gate. This is where your cosmic consciousness becomes earthly action. This is where remembrance becomes service. Topic 7. Reclaiming Unity Consciousness. Phase 5 of your activation. In your journey on Earth, the feelings of being alone, isolated, or fundamentally other can be profoundly intense and deeply isolating, leading to a sense of profound loneliness and disconnection that can feel almost unbearable at times. You may have experienced moments where you felt like an alien in your own family, a misfit in your peer groups, someone who simply didn't belong no matter how hard you tried to conform. You may have felt the weight of being different, of seeing the world through a lens that others around you didn't seem to share. You may have experienced the pain of being misunderstood, of having your deepest truths dismissed as fantasy or delusion. Yet understand this with absolute certainty. You are never truly alone. Not in the quiet ache of your heartache, nor in the expansive joy of your discoveries, nor in the silent contemplation of the stars. The profound unity you remember from the star systems, that inherent interconnectedness where all beings are recognized as facets of the same divine consciousness, is not an absent quality here on Earth. It is not missing from this dimension. Rather, it simply awaits your conscious remembrance, your active engagement, your willing participation. The illusion of separation is merely a veil, a thin, gossamer curtain that can be lifted through intentional connection, through opening your heart and extending your light to others who are also awakening. Seek out and connect with other awakened souls, those whose hearts resonate with a similar truth, whose eyes hold the same spark of cosmic remembrance, whose presence makes you feel less alone in this strange world. These connections are not coincidental. They are orchestrated by your higher self and the seven sisters. Share your unique journey with these kindred spirits. Share your moments of struggle, your flashes of insight, your deepest longings, your experiences of cosmic connection. Knowing that in every moment of authentic heart-centered connection, the Pleiadian grid on Earth strengthens, expands, and becomes more vibrant, like a network of shimmering light, amplifying its reach exponentially. Through these conscious connections, through the sharing of vulnerability and wisdom, you naturally transform from an isolated point of light into a vital interconnected node within a vast and ever-growing network of heart-centered light. You become part of something larger than yourself. You become part of the collective awakening. You become part of the unity grid that is being woven by the seven sisters and all awakened souls on this planet. This is not about creating exclusive spiritual communities or separating yourself from those who don't understand. It is about recognizing the divine spark in all beings and consciously choosing to amplify it through your presence and your love. When you practice unity consciousness, you see beyond the surface differences that divide humanity. You recognize the same soul light in the eyes of a homeless person as you do in the eyes of a spiritual teacher. You feel compassion for those who are still deeply asleep, understanding that they too are on a journey of awakening, just at a different stage. You hold space for the collective healing, knowing that as you heal yourself, you contribute to the healing of all. Through these conscious connections, through the sharing of vulnerability and wisdom, you co-create the new Earth reality through shared intention, collective love, and a unified vision of harmony. The unity consciousness you are reclaiming is not a distant goal. It is your natural state. It is what you experience when you remove the veils of separation and fear. It is what you feel when you connect deeply with another soul. It is what you know to be true in your heart, even when your mind tries to convince you otherwise. As you practice unity consciousness, you begin to experience spontaneous moments of profound connection with others, with nature, with all of life. You may find yourself weeping with compassion for a stranger. You may feel the joy of an animal as if it were your own. You may sense the consciousness of a plant or a tree. These are not mystical experiences. They are the natural result of removing the barriers that separate you from the unified field of consciousness that connects all life. Carve out sacred time, even if it's just a few precious moments each day, to immerse yourself deeply in nature, especially beneath the vast, silent, star-studded canvas of the night sky. This is not a luxury or an indulgence. This is a necessity for your spiritual evolution and your connection to your star family. In this profound stillness, allow the silence itself to become your most profound teacher, to speak to the deepest, most ancient parts of your soul, bypassing the incessant chatter of the human mind that usually drowns out the subtle whispers of your higher consciousness. It is in these moments of quiet reverence, of surrendered presence, that the Pleiadian High Council and your beloved star kin often whisper their wisdom and guidance to you. Their communication comes not through booming voices or overt commands that would frighten your nervous system. It comes through the subtle, intuitive promptings in your heart, through vivid and symbolic dreams that feel profoundly real, through synchronous events that seem to defy coincidence, through gentle nudges that guide your path with effortless grace. You may find yourself thinking of someone, and then they call you. You may see a number sequence repeatedly, like 1111 or 333, and feel a deep resonance with its meaning. You may have a dream in which a being of light speaks to you directly, and you wake with a clarity and peace that lingers for days. These are direct communications from your star family. These are the seven sisters reaching out to you across dimensions. Before you drift into sleep each night, consciously invite their loving presence into your energetic space, creating a sacred sanctuary around you. Speak to them aloud or silently in your heart. Say something like, "Beloved seven sisters, I open my heart to your guidance. I invite your loving presence into my dreams and my waking consciousness. I am ready to receive your wisdom. I am ready to remember my true nature. I am ready to serve the light. Offer a heartfelt request that your awareness be tuned like a finely calibrated instrument to their benevolent and wise frequencies. Opening yourself as a receptive channel, a clear vessel through which their love and wisdom can flow into your consciousness and into the world. Trust without doubt or hesitation that this guidance is absolutely real and always available. Even if it arrives as nothing more than a subtle knowing, a gentle inner conviction, an undeniable inner yes that illuminates your path forward like a cosmic compass within your soul. The Seven Sisters do not communicate in ways that require you to doubt yourself. They communicate in ways that feel absolutely true, that resonate with your deepest knowing, that bring peace and clarity rather than confusion. As you practice opening this channel, you may notice that your intuition becomes sharper. You may find yourself knowing things before they happen. You may receive guidance that proves to be exactly what you needed. You may experience moments of profound connection in which you feel the presence of your star family so clearly that there is no room for doubt. This channel is always open. It has always been open. You are simply learning to tune into it, to recognize it, to trust it. The more you practice, the clearer the signal becomes. The more you trust, the more guidance you receive. The more you act on the guidance you receive, the more the Seven Sisters can work through you to transform this world. This is the sixth gate. This is where you become a conscious channel for the Pleiadian frequencies. This is where you stop being a passive recipient and become an active co-creator with your star family in the transformation of Gaia. Understand this fundamental truth, a cornerstone of your existence that will liberate you from all doubt and fear. You are both magnificently human and powerfully Pleiadian. You are a living, breathing, conscious bridge between worlds, embodying the best of both realities. Your humanity is not a limitation that you must transcend. It is a gift that allows you to anchor cosmic consciousness into physical form. Your Pleiadian nature is not something distant and unreachable. It is the essence of who you are, pulsing through every cell of your being. These are not separate aspects of yourself. They are two expressions of the same divine soul, two frequencies of the same cosmic light. Remember that it is not your sacred task to prove your worthiness, your authenticity, or your celestial origins to anyone, least of all to yourself. For these truths are inherent and immutable. They cannot be questioned or denied by anyone else's disbelief. Your profound purpose is simply to become a living transmission of the pure, unconditional love that first called your soul to embark upon this extraordinary journey to Earth. Each time you consciously choose to act in alignment with this high frequency of love, whether it's through a compassionate word spoken with sincerity, an act of selfless service extended from the heart, or simply by holding a space of peace and non-judgment in the midst of chaos, you are actively opening a potent portal, a vibrational gateway. This portal, a ripple effect of your own radiant being, gently invites and empowers others around you to begin their own journey of remembrance, to awaken to the truth of their own divine origins, to feel the stirring of their own star lineage. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need to preach or proselytize. You simply need to be. Your presence itself is a transmission. Your peace is contagious. Your love is infectious. Your light is a beacon that calls to other starseeds who are still sleeping, inviting them to wake up, to remember, to come home to themselves. From this place of deep embodiment where your human and Pleiadian selves merge in sacred harmony, your unique mission unfolds not as a heavy obligation, not as a difficult task to be completed, but as a natural, luminous emanation of your authentic self. Your radiance flows forth effortlessly and authentically, like breath, like the natural expression of who you truly are. You become the living testament to the possibility of heaven on earth, a proof that it is possible to be both fully present in this dimension and fully connected to the stars, both fully human and fully divine. Your life becomes a love letter to the universe, a gratitude offering to the seven sisters, a service to humanity's collective awakening. This is the seventh gate. This is the final threshold before you step fully into your mission. This is where all the previous phases culminate in a unified expression of your true self. Here's what your soul most profoundly needs to remember in this pivotal moment of human and cosmic evolution. You were never, not for a single moment, truly disconnected from your source, from your star family, or from the infinite, boundless wellspring of cosmic love. That profound sense of separation was merely a carefully orchestrated stage, a pivotal act within the grand multidimensional play of your soul's journey, designed to facilitate a deeper remembering. You only willingly took on the temporary journey of forgetting, a courageous plunge into the beautiful illusion of amnesia, so that in this extraordinary lifetime, at this precise juncture, you could consciously and with full free will choose to awaken, not just for yourself, but in harmony with the collective consciousness of humanity, setting a new vibrational resonance for all. The deep, often melancholic longing you've carried, that quiet ache in your soul, was never a wound or a deficiency. It was, in fact, your most accurate and unwavering compass, always pointing you back to the truth of your origin, a homing beacon embedded within your heart. Every time you felt profoundly separated, every instance you felt like another, or an outsider, the seven sisters were in that very moment amplifying their call, increasing the luminosity of their transmissions. They were radiating their luminous crystalline love through the intricate light grid that connects all awakened souls, patiently waiting for you to simply look up, to consciously look in, and to finally remember the exquisite truth of who you are. Friday's celestial culmination is far from random timing. It is a meticulously and lovingly orchestrated chorus, a grand symphony of cosmic energies designed by your own higher wisdom, acting in perfect divine harmony with the entire Pleiadian family, welcoming you home with open arms and hearts. It is a moment pregnant with purpose, a cosmic embrace woven into the fabric of time, prepared for eons. You were never, not even for an instant, meant to fit into the restrictive molds and limited expectations of this dense earthly world. Your presence here is a sacred gift, a living reminder to humanity of what true unity, genuine belonging, and the boundless crystalline nature of love truly feel like when embodied in physical form. You are here to reintroduce the language of the heart, the remembrance of universal kinship, and the sacred truth that all life is interconnected. And as the seven sisters continue to shine brighter and more brilliantly in the night sky, their collective light piercing through the earthly veils, know that each subtle pulse of energy you feel, each deep yearning that stirs within your heart, and each profound revelation that gently unfolds within your consciousness is an integral, exquisite thread in the magnificent tapestry being woven by your own star family. All of them celebrating your grand and glorious return, your magnificent reawakening to the fullness of your divine self. Tonight, before you drift into the quiet embrace of sleep, take a sacred moment. Rest your hand gently over your heart, feeling its steady rhythmic beat, a testament to your precious life force, a drum of divine presence. In this intimate space, consciously invite your star family into your awareness, opening your heart to their loving presence, feeling their gentle, ethereal touch. Then, with intention and clear voice, declare these powerful affirmations, letting them resonate through every cell of your being. I remember my Pleiadian origin. I align with the love of my star family. I activate my heart mission with grace, clarity, and divine purpose. I am home. If this transmission impacted your life, leave your like, comment your reflection, and share with others. Each of you is part of this chain of light. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content. It's a collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it, and if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started.